At Bethesda's E3 2017 conference, they announced Creation Club, which offers new pieces of content for Fallout 4 and Skyrim Special Edition. Since the reveal, there's been non-stop debate about whether these are paid mods or just DLC. Hey guys, JV here sharing my thoughts on Creation Club. As always, if you like what I do here and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. So for those of you out of the loop, we're going to really quickly go over what Creation Club is. And this first blurb is all in Bethesda's own words from the conference. It's a collection of all new content for both Fallout 4 and Skyrim. It features new items, abilities, and gameplay created by Bethesda Games Studios and outside development partners, including the best community creators. Creation Club content is fully curated and compatible with the main game and official add-ons. Creation Club will include, but is not limited to, weapons, apparel, world content like foliage and different locations, characters, creatures, and other gameplay content. There will be an in-game marketplace, not too different from what you see with mods already, but that content will be purchased with credits, which is, fake currency that you'll purchase with real money. As I mentioned with community creators, this is a big part of it. Anyone can apply to become a creator, work with developers at Bethesda Games Studios, and get paid as a contractor for their work. Of course, you have to show that you know what you're doing. Not anyone can do it. You'll need to have experience, but it's important to note that if you become a creator, that content is still owned by Bethesda. You're working with them to create something for these games, but it's still owned by Bethesda. It's not like this is an independent creation by an independent modder. If you go through this process, Bethesda will own that piece of content. Bethesda goes on to explain that Creation Club is not paid mods and that mods in their current form will remain free and open, and they will not monetize existing mods, but everything on Creation Club must be original content. So you're not going to see something, according to them, that's already open on the free and open system for mods being put on and monetized on Creation Club. They go on to explain that most of the content for Creation Club is created internally within Bethesda Games Studios by people that already worked on the game. Some of it is outsourced with developers who have worked on BGS games in the past, and of course you've got that smaller portion which is external creators using the system of application and working with them like I just described. Finally, they mentioned that they've considered paid mods, but they said there's too many problems associated with it, and this is a way, Creation Club is a way to add more official content to games and get help doing it from external developers and through the creator program. Now that we know exactly what Creation Club is, let's talk about the difference between mods and DLC, because people get these confused, and I think this distinction is at the core of this argument and this concern with our community. The way I see it, there are two main differences between mods and DLC. Number one is who creates the piece of content, and number two is how it is supported after it is released. For example, if content is made independently without Bethesda's help or approval and is supported or updated also without Bethesda's help, just completely independently, it's a mod. That's entirely independent from Bethesda's oversight or anything like that. Also, in this example, this kind of content is not paid for. Bethesda's not paying you to make content independently from their help or approval, support, or updates. Again, this is what I would consider a mod. On the flip side, example number two, if the content is made internally within Bethesda Games Studios or externally, whether it's being outsourced or through this new creator program with Bethesda's help or approval, and is also supported or updated with Bethesda's help after it is launched, that is DLC. This is entirely dependent on Bethesda's oversight and approval and help. In this case, this kind of work is paid for. You are paid to create this, and that is what they're offering to external creators through their creator program. So I believe this is about the simplest way that it can be explained. Mods versus DLC. It depends on who creates it, how it is being supported, if the creator gets paid. And that's a kind of a professional versus amateur comparison. Not saying that amateur creators don't make as good content, because a lot of the times you find great content on the free and open mod service, right? But the nature of how it's handled, how it's delivered, how it's made is completely different when you're talking about someone who gets paid professionally versus someone who makes it for free as an amateur. So again, this is just my personal definition, the way I see it, the distinction between content that is DLC and content that I would consider a mod. Based on that distinction that I just laid out, and feel free to disagree with that in the comment section below if you do, but if we can agree to that distinction, then Creation Club just can't be paid mods. It would not make sense. With what Bethesda has shared, we know that the Creation Club content is created in a professional setting using the full internal development cycle with things like localization, polishing, and QA testing, just things you would not have from an amateur mod just creating that content and putting it on the open and free system. Again, anything that makes it onto Creation Club for sale will be supported further after launch to ensure compatibility, and the creators who make it will be paid just like developers within Bethesda Games Studios and any outsourced company that they use to make content. Bethesda also comes out to say that the current open mod system in its current form will remain. It will not change just because we're getting Creation Club, and this is taking Bethesda at their word. As far as we know, we don't know what's going to happen down the line, and a lot of people are actually paranoid and think that Creation Club is the beginning of Bethesda phasing out this open modding system. I know people have their reasons for not trusting Bethesda, some of them valid, some of them a little bit crazy, but if this were true, if Creation Club was the beginning of the end of open mods, then why in the world would they take the time and money to build out this entire free system into Fallout 4 and Skyrim Special Edition just to turn around and take it out? I get it. Bethesda's a company, they want to make money, they want to please their shareholders, whatever argument you might have. But at the same time, I don't know what kind of manpower and money they would have to lose out on if they just stripped a system that they spent a lot of time and money on. I mean, clearly they did. It's the first of its kind on consoles. So the idea that Bethesda would phase out this system, to me personally, is crazy. It's wacko. I have no idea why they would do this, and I don't expect it, Creation Club or not. Of course, we all know what happened and continues to happen with the PS4 side of things. Sony was just not willing to cooperate with Bethesda in trying to get the system where it should be, on the same level of Xbox One. It is still not there. And it makes me wonder if Creation Club will also be affected by the same problems. For example, will we not have sound, content on there because Sony really didn't want that? Or will we have more limited space on PlayStation 4 as compared to the Xbox One? I guess we'll have to wait and see this summer, because that's when it's launching and it's not that far away. So to wrap up my thoughts on this, I do not believe that Creation Club is paid mods, and I don't believe that's a fair criticism from anyone. If you do take that stance, then it's from a place of not trusting Bethesda. You can't trust them because whatever they did to you before as a consumer, you did not like. And so with the information that we have right now, I just don't see how this could be paid mods. I'm currently at a let's wait and see position. I want to see if they truly make sure that all of the Creation Club content is original, because there's just so many mods out there. There are so many across PlayStation 4 and Xbox One that I don't know how they could sift through all of it and make sure, hey, this is original content. Nobody's made another version of this. We also don't have a piece of content to judge yet since it's not out yet. And trust me, I will be the first one to admit I was wrong if this whole Creation Club thing goes south and they start ripping ideas off of the free modding system and selling them. But more likely than not, it will be how they've lined out. I understand healthy skepticism. It's perfectly fair. But they're very specific about how this system works, and if they betray what they've lined out here, that would be like just turning around and spitting in the face of their fans. So I don't see it happening, but I will be watching to see how it turns out. I wanted to close out this video by talking about what I see as fair criticism for Creation Club, and I think this gets caught up in the mess of, oh, these are going to be paid mods by people who don't know what they're talking about, but people are out there who are saying that they're disappointed in Bethesda Games Studios for banking on their older games so much. We're talking about Fallout 4 and Skyrim. It's been a meme on the internet since E3, since Bethesda Land, and I see that point. They wish these resources were going towards whatever secret projects that they're working on, and it doesn't help when Skyrim is coming to Switch, and Legends is getting a Skyrim-themed expansion, and there will be a Skyrim VR. What's next, Skyrim on the TI-84 calculator? Yeah, I saw that on Reddit, didn't come up with it myself, but I get the point. At the same time, they know their fans very well, how much they can squeeze out of them. We tend to play their games a ton. I know I don't go back and play Skyrim, but I will absolutely go back and play Fallout, and I do almost every year. In an alternate universe, I could also see people complaining about BGS not supporting their old games with new content. As odd as it sounds, people would probably be out there wondering, hey, why don't they make new content for these old games? I'd totally play it while I wait for the next one. Like I said, I get the criticism from our vocal minority community here, but Bethesda knows what they're doing, and if I had to bet, if I had to guess, Creation Club will be successful. This was another heavily opinionated Bethesda video, so of course I'd love to turn it over to you guys and ask you, will Creation Club bring you back to play Fallout 4 and Skyrim Special Edition? Will this feature alone be something to incentivize you to go back and replay those games? Or is it more just like, I want to replay the game that I played before, I'm not really affected by this new content? Let me know where you stand on this in the comment section below. If you're still watching and you enjoy the video, click the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook so you don't miss another video. Sign up with Juniper to receive exclusive discounts on shirts, hoodies, and more at the JV merch store. Click the link in the description below for more details. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.